If we were to get the same number of bags of treats at Meijer, they would cost $19.96. But here at Costco, with the sale that they have going on, it's only going to cost $10.66. That's a savings of $9.30 for the same amount of product. That's why comparison shopping is really great and important, because it really shows you, are you getting the most for your money? Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the second episode in the Saving Money series, where I'm going to take you through and show you how I comparison shop. I'm going to share my computer screen with you here in just a moment, and I'm going to show you the different stores that I typically go to: Kroger, Walmart, Meijer, and also Costco. When I'm doing a shopping trip, I like to go on to the store websites or the apps, and I like to compare prices amongst these stores. Now, if I don't feel that there's enough to get at one particular store, I may go ahead and just get the items at one store. For example, I don't shop at Meijer very often, but if they have a good enough sale and it's worth the drive and close to the other stores that I'm going to go to, then I'll go ahead and get the items, especially if they send me coupons, which is what they did here in the mail. And I'm going to talk about those in just a moment. So what I do is I look at my list, and I also look at all the sales that these stores are having, and I make my list from there of everything that we need. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you some of the items that I've noticed are on sale at these various stores. I'm comparing them to the other stores, and then I'm going to finalize my list after I've done all my research. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you my computer screen. But before I do, I just wanted to remind you to please make sure that you watch part 1 of this particular episode, which talked about grocery planning. So I'm going to start sharing my computer screen with you so you can see what I'm seeing, and I'll also talk to you on here, and I'll show you how I do comparison shopping when I'm doing my grocery list. Okay, so I have currently here on the screen a couple of different stores pulled up. So you will see that I have, first of all, Kroger, and then I have Walmart. I have Aldi, which I don't shop at very often, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. Meijer, and then finally Costco. So what I've done is I pulled up the weekly ad for both Kroger and for Meijer. Walmart never has one that I've seen. And Aldi does have one, and I have it pulled up, but again, I'll explain to you why I'm not a big Aldi shopper, and it might be surprising. I think if you have an Aldi in your area and it is the most reasonable option, absolutely go for it. I think if you're doing an overall shopping experience, you could probably get in and out with all the staples you need from Aldi, and they would be a good price. However, I have found that when I am comparison shopping across these various stores, because these are all stores I typically go to, Aldi doesn't always end up being the most reasonable place to go. It's not the cheapest. So that's why I don't tend to look at Aldi very often. Now, if I'm in a pinch and I want to get in and out of a store really quickly, and I know that I could get it for a good price, I would go to Aldi. But if I'm looking for the best price, I'm going to be looking at these other stores. So with that in mind, the first place that I'm going to be looking at is Kroger. I looked through their ads and saw a couple of items that I thought were pretty good. One of them was, I thought these eggs here, this 18 count of eggs for $2.99 seemed like a good price. So I'm going to compare that to the other stores. I thought this sale they had here for Tyson, where you could buy one, get one free, seemed pretty good. And also the Oscar Mayer deli meat for $3.49 looked like a pretty good price as well. Those are some things that I know that on my shopping list I'd want to be getting. So that's for Kroger. When I come over to Aldi, again, nothing was really standing out to me. So I just quickly looked through it. I thought these sliced mushrooms, that was not a bad price at all for $1.49 for an 8-ounce package. So if I end up going there, that might be a good thing to get. Their cheese is usually reasonably priced, $1.75 for 8 ounces of sliced cheese. Not a bad price at all. $2.19, I usually can do better if Kroger is having a sale, and I tend to stock up at that time. I mean, don't get me wrong, Aldi has some really great staples. You can get bags of frozen vegetables very cheap. They're usually a very consistent price. That's what I will say about Aldi. Their prices tend to be very consistent. They don't fluctuate up and down very often. So you can kind of expect what their price is going to be. Meijer did have a pretty decent sale, it looked like. You know, it had pork for $1.49. That's the shoulder. And they had, these chocolate chips were interesting to me. Now I'll tell you why. Because Meijer just recently sent me in the mail paper coupons. And if you watched part 1 of this video, I talked about using coupons to help save you money on your groceries. That could be paper coupons like this that were sent to me in the mail. If you get onto the mailing list of these stores or sign up for their apps, a lot of the times they will send you paper coupons. I know for me, Kroger and Meijer does this. But both of those stores also have digital coupons on their website or in their app. So if you go on and you log in, you can also click on some digital coupons. So that's another way to make sure that you're saving money. So with these Nestle Toll House chocolate chips, they sent me a coupon here for $1.25 off of 1. So right now the sale, and I'll bring up my calculator here, the sale is for 2 packages at $8. So if you start off paying $8 and you take the $1.25 off, that means for 2 packages you're paying $6.75. Divide that by 2, and that's $3.38 per package. When we compare that to some other stores, like say Walmart, you can see here that their same package of 12 ounces is $4.68, when at Meijer with that coupon, we're only going to be paying $3.38 each, compared to Kroger, where their chocolate chips are $5.49. So that means by getting them at Meijer with the coupon and the deal that they currently have, that I'm going to be saving $2.11 compared to the others. I have some notes over here on the side of these items I'm looking up. So $2.11. Now baking season is right around the corner for me with Christmas time and the holidays. I make a really yummy chocolate chip pie at Thanksgiving. I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of this particular deal. So that is a really great way to save money, is to make sure that you are comparison shopping, looking at the sales, but then if you have coupons, to also take advantage of stacking these with the sale item that they have. So these Archer mini sticks, there's 16 of them at Meijer. So they're $12.99. And I'm going to divide that by 16. That tells me that each of those mini sticks are going to be 81 cents each. Now at Costco, you get the bigger package and they are $20.19. So we're going to take 2019 and we're going to divide that by the 28 that they have. And here at Costco, they're only going to be 72 cents per package. So getting them at Costco is going to be the better deal. So I'll make sure that I make a note to buy them at Costco. Another example to show you with comparison pricing are these Nabisco multi-pack snacks. I know this is a really good option if you have kids that are in school, and this is something that you could throw into their lunch. So they have 10 count packs of these individual packages that you could throw in. So they have these 10 packs with the mini Oreos, the mini Chips Ahoy's, and the mini Nutter Butters. I don't eat Nutter Butters, so I don't know how to say them. So if you actually compare that to Costco, so keep in mind, it's going to be $4.99 for a 10 pack. At Costco, the multi-packs here on sale this week, where you get 40 of them for $10.66. So let's do a little bit of math. So the package that is $4.99, you divide that by 10 because there were 10 per pack at Meijer. That means each one of them is about 50 cents. Here at Costco, you can get 40 of them for the $10.66. So we'll do $10.66 and we'll divide it by the 40. They're only 27 cents each at Costco when you buy the bigger box. And that's, you know, almost 50% savings. To further take this, let's see how much it would be if we were to go with the Meijer sale and get 4 packs of them to equal the 40 in this Costco. So they were $4.99 for 10, and this has 40, so we multiply that by 4. So if we were to get the same number of bags of treats at Meijer, they would cost $19.96. But here at Costco, with the sale that they have going on, it's only going to cost $10.66. So if we subtract the difference, that's a savings of $9.30 for the same amount of product. That's why comparison shopping is really great and important, because it really shows you, are you getting the most for your money? In this case, you'd be better off getting the bigger variety pack and saving some more money. So some of the other coupons that Meijer had sent me this week were, besides the chocolate chips, were for, I got 50 cents off here for half a gallon of milk. So looking at Meijer's price for milk, a half a gallon of milk right now at Meijer is $1.69. So with the 50-cent off coupon, it's gonna make it $1.19. So when you compare that to the other stores here, Kroger right now has a half a gallon milk actually on sale for $1.39, not a bad price, but Meijer is now still cheaper with the coupon at $1.19. If you were to look at Walmart, which Walmart tends to have consistently some of the best prices on staples, I will say. Their price right now is $1.44, not great. And then you might say to yourself, well, what is it at Costco? If I'm already at Costco and I know that they sell the gallon size, you know, how much is that gonna cost? So look up milk. Their 1 gallon right now is $2.71. So divide that by 2, and we'll see that their half gallon price would be $1.36. So the cheapest option out of all of these is gonna be Meijer when I use the coupon. Meijer is also having a sale right now on Starbucks K-Cups, which are my husband's favorite. But as you can see, they're very pricey. Normally at Meijer, they're $11.99 a box when they're not on sale. So when they're on sale, it's always good to go ahead and stock up. So they sent me a coupon here for $2 off for a box, which is a nice deal. And they are currently having a sale on them for $7.99 a box. So with the $2 off, they'll only be $5.99, which is a 50% savings. So I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that deal as well. So some of the other coupons they sent me, and I thought this was pretty interesting, they sent me some free chips. Now, who doesn't love free chips? I know I love free chips. And that's the thing, is sometimes when they send you these paper coupons, or I know that Kroger a lot of the time, when you log into your account, they sometimes give you what are called best customer coupons, and that's usually for free items. I've gotten things like free frozen vegetables, and sometimes they even have a free pizza. Right, so moving along, I'm just looking at my list I have over here. The next thing I wanted to look at was Meijer was advertising their Frito-Lay variety packs, which again, another great thing to give a kid for their lunch or for after school. They're having them on sale right now, an 18 pack for $8.99. So normally Costco or a Sam's Club is gonna have the best price on these. They also have the classic mix, but they have a 54 pack and it's $22.58. So let's do a little bit of math here. So if we were to get the box at Costco, it'd be $22.58 and there's 54 of them in the box. That makes each individual bag of chips 41 cents, say 42 cents because of the actual percentage. At Meijer, if they're $8.99 and you get 18 per pack, they're actually going to be 50 cents. So you're paying 8 cents more per thing. Now I understand that not everybody is going to need to have that many chips available on hand, but if you have a bigger family, getting the bigger box is going to be the better deal. I also know that people might not have as much space, or your budget may be very limited. If you've only got $100 and you can get the box of the chips for $8.99 that are on sale, you can't afford the one that's $23, obviously get what's going to be in your budget. I just wanted to show you how you can comparison shop across the stores to make sure that the sale is actually a sale that they're advertising and that you're getting the cheapest price per unit. And by per unit, I mean per item in the package. Same way if you're looking at, say, serving sizes. If you see that a bag of chips is on sale for the smaller one, but then you compare it to, say, the larger pack and you compare serving sizes, you may see that the bigger bag actually has the better savings, even though the smaller one might be on sale. So those are things to consider when you're doing these comparison shoppings. Some other coupons that Meijer sent me, they sent me one here for $1.50 off of a bag of brown sugar. So, and it's for the 4-pound bag, which I know 4 pounds of brown sugar may sound like a lot, but again, I know that the baking season is right around the corner. I know at Thanksgiving I make pies that call for brown sugar. I also know at Christmas time when I'm making cookies and treats, I'm also going to be using brown sugar. So if I get this bag now for the reduced price, I can save it for the holidays and it'll be ready to go, and I've got the cheaper price. Right now, the 4-pound bag of brown sugar is $3.99 from Meijer. The coupon that I have is for $1.50 off. So that's gonna make the bag of brown sugar $2.49, which is a great deal. Oops. So when you divide that by the fact that there are 4 pounds in the package, I would be getting this brown sugar for about a little over 62 cents per pound. If you look over here, you can see that their typical 1 pound of brown sugar is $1.85. So that is about a 50% savings. So getting this bigger package with the coupon is gonna be a really good deal for me to get. I have the coupon for the Meijer ground beef. And the cheapest price that they offer is this $4.99 per pound. So, and again, the coupon does not stipulate how many pounds you have to get in the package to get this deal. So it's $4.99, and we would be taking $2.25 off for the coupon, which would make it $2.74 for the pound, which is a very good price right now. When you compare it to, say, a Kroger, 1 pound of ground beef for them right now, the cheapest that they offer is $5.99 a pound. Not great. And just to show you a comparison here at Aldi, they have packages that look like they have individual ones that are more organic. They're a little bit more expensive. But if you look at just kind of their general package here, they have one for $13.25. And it is 2.25 pounds, which means that per pound it's going to be $5.89, which again is not a terrible price, but when you compare it to getting it at Meijer, that's going to be the best place. So I'm going to make a note on my grocery shopping list that that's where I'm going to be getting the ground beef. Finally, I was looking at the Oscar Mayer deli meat because Kroger was showing that their price was $3.49 for a 9-ounce package. And Walmart here has it for $3.97. Kroger's the best deal there still. And then I just wanted to check here at Meijer, since I'd be going there anyway, and see how much theirs would be. So their 9-ounce package is actually $4.39. So Kroger would be the cheapest place. I hope you found this video helpful and it gave you ideas on how you can comparison shop to maximize your savings. Be sure to check out the next episode in the Saving Money series, Thrift Shopping to Save 70% on Clothes.